Welcome to another awesome week of FarmBox. I am going to go over the fresh harvest box for the week of July 19th. So we have a lot of awesome things in store for you. I'm going to go over who the farmers are and the best way to store the produce so it will stay fresher longer in your fridge. So we're going to start with the lettuce. This is coming from Coleman Family Farm. So with lettuce, what you'll want to do is immediately take off any of the leaves that aren't fabulous, that aren't going to make it. And you can just put these, go ahead and put them in your compost. And then you'll want to store this in either a plastic bag or, if you're being super eco, a container. So we're going to go ahead, this is what I have today, and put this in a plastic bag. Now, if you're not going to, this is a big head, lettuce. If you're not going to be eating it in the first few days, you can go ahead and put a damp, non-bleached paper towel in there, and it'll help it stay fresher longer as well. Now the next item I have here is broccolini, and this is from Melon Family Farm. It's a really awesome farm. They have locations in Santa Barbara, and they have another little farm in Palm Springs. So broccolini is in the same family as broccoli, although not to be confused with baby broccoli. Now it gets really nice and sweet when it's roasted. For storage, you just want to keep it in a container or in a plastic bag as well. And you can keep it in the cooler part of your fridge, so somewhere in the back or in a drawer. So then we're going to be doing kale, and the kale is coming from South Central Farm. Now with kale, you'll also want to keep the kale in a container or a plastic bag. Now it does want to breathe as well. So if you're going to be keeping it in a plastic bag, don't tie the tops. Just simply put it in there, give it a little wrap, but leave it open like this, and this allows all fruits and vegetables produce a gas. So it allows the gas to go out and for it to sort of breathe in fresh air as well. So next we have one of our favorites for summer, which is basil, and this is going to be coming from Smith Family Farm. Now basil is this really awesome fragrant summer herb that is very fragile. It doesn't like the cold. So what I recommend doing is simply storing it in a little cup or glass with water. Treat it like you would flowers. So you can go ahead and snip the ends off and then stick it in a glass of water, and you can just leave it on your countertop. Now, if you want to store it for even longer, you can put a little baggie on top, like this. It's not the most gorgeous thing, so if you want, I like to just store it like this. I love basil, so it usually gets used in the first few days, but this will keep for a good 5 to 6 days on your counter, like so. Next up, we have beautiful fresh corn. Now this corn is about as fresh as it gets. I was actually helped Larry Thorne pick it this morning. Truth be told, he did the picking, I did the carrying, but it's that awesome. And Thorne Family Farms are just right up in Malibu. Now last week, if you were watching last week, gave you a tip that Farmer Larry corrected me on today. I had told you to leave the husk on and to store it in your fridge. Now he says that the husk actually wants to stay green. So the best thing, and it's going to be sucking moisture away from your corn. So he said the best thing to do is to actually take the husk off, and then we're going to store it in either a container or a plastic bag. So he says to take the husk off, and we're going to store it, put this in our compost. And then we're going to get it, you can go ahead and get it wet and then put it in either a plastic bag or a container, and this will keep in your fridge for about a week. All right, next we have first harvest of the season, which is fun, grapes. Now these are grapes from Ken's Top Notch. I have a few other treats from Ken's Top Notch. We are also doing nectarines and one of my favorite fruits of the season, which are these green flavor Queen Pluots. So these are all coming from Ken. Now with the grapes, or with all of this, don't wash it until you're ready to eat it. Especially with the grapes. When you pre-wash your grapes, they start to get moldy and it'll go bad in just a few days. So with grapes, you want to keep these in a container or a plastic bag. They do like to stay cold, so you can keep them in the back of the fridge or in a chill drawer. And just wash right before you're ready to eat, okay? And next, with our stone fruit, stone fruit is any fruit that has a pit, like peaches, nectarines, pluots. Now, with the stone fruit, I have a few more pluots in here. The drought has been really hard on the stone fruit this year, so it has been getting ripe pretty fast on the counter. So Farmer Ken of Ken's Top Notch recommends actually keeping it in the fridge. So if you're gonna eat it in the first couple days, it's fine on the counter. But if not, he recommends putting it in the fridge, either in a paper bag, some sort of container that will still allow airflow. All right, and then that way these will stay in your fridge if well taken care of for about a week, which is great. So we're going to put these to the side. Alrighty, next up we have beautiful orange carrots from Finley Family Farm. Finley is located in Los Olivos. Now, as much as we love the gorgeous carrot tops, these guys will suck the moisture out of your carrots. So same goes for like carrots, beets, celery. You immediately want to take these off when you get home. So easy way is just give it a twist, like so. You can keep these for stock, for making carrot top pesto, or for you're not going to use it, go ahead and throw it in your compost bin. And these also, don't wash them until you're ready. In fact, I don't wash anything until I'm ready to eat it. But these you'll store in your crisper drawer without the tops on. These will store for months, frankly. Although, I mean, I don't recommend that. You're getting them farm fresh. You should eat them right away. But if you need to, you can keep them in a container or a plastic bag in your crisper drawer, and it'll stay fresh for a really long time. Now, with the tops on, it'll only stay fresh for maybe 2 days in the fridge, so that's why we take them off. Next up, we've got an onion from Jimenez Farm and an heirloom garlic from Melon Family Farm, which is the same awesome farm that gave us the broccolini. So onions, if you've watched previous episodes, you know don't play nice with other fruits and veggies. They release a really strong gas that makes everything around them start to go bad. And if you put them near the wrong type of fruit, it'll actually start to give it the same taste. So with the onion and garlic, we're going to keep them in a really dry area away from the sun as well. So I like to keep them just on the counter or even in the cupboard. Just don't do what I do, which is you sometimes forget that it's in the cupboard, and then you come back weeks or months later to a not fun sight. Now with the garlic, if you let it go for a while and it starts to develop that little green sprout, it's okay. The garlic is still okay to eat. You just want to eat around the green part, so that green part tastes a little bit bitter. Alrighty, we also have incredible melon. This is from Unac Ranch, located in Paso Robles, grown by Farmer Hugo. So these are fine on the counter until they're ripe, and then once it's ripe, you'll definitely want to put it in the fridge. You can tell it's ripe when its little belly button here is soft. And when it is time to eat, if you're going to only eat half, just leave the seeds in there. The seeds will actually help the melon stay fresher longer. So, but remember, once it's ripe or once you have cut it open, it definitely goes in the fridge. Alrighty, we've got beautiful heirloom tomatoes, and this week these are coming from Carpenter Farm, which is a really cool mother-son duo. And this is, we come to refrigerate or not refrigerate myth when it comes to tomatoes. Now, I have taste tested this dozens of times. I like to put them in the fridge. I can't tell the difference, but I'm also buying ripe, awesome, farm fresh tomatoes. I think the person who came up with the don't put them in your fridge rule is buying non-ripe conventional tomatoes. But if you're storing them on the counter or in the fridge, definitely go bottoms up. we're not defying gravity here or anything, but the bottoms of the tomato are actually the part that starts to ripen first. So you want to put them bottoms up just to keep it from breaking and getting tomato juice all over your counter. Then we've got a slicing cucumber. So this is again from Melon Family Farm. They were harvesting a lot of awesome stuff this week. Cucumbers they don't like the cold weather, so they don't like the cold parts of your fridge. So if you're you can keep them in your fridge in a warmer part. And in fact, if you're gonna eat the cucumber in the first day or two, you can actually keep this on your counter. It does okay. Just keep it in maybe a cooler part of your kitchen, but it'll do fine there or in your fridge. And this is our awesome fruit and veggie basic box, again for the week of July 19th, and you can download a newsletter on the website with awesome recipes how to cook this week's abundance. Thank you.